welcome to Ecological Tips to Reduce Your Footprint. My name is Virma Velez, and today we are going to talk about stormwater management and the infrastructure that protects our community and drinking water resources. You may be thinking, why do we need to manage stormwater?
Whether you live in a suburban or rural area, all landscapes experience something called stormwater runoff. Stormwater runoff happens when precipitation falls and accumulates on impervious surfaces. Impervious surfaces are hard surfaces that prevent water from soaking into the ground. The volume of runoff increases as more impervious surfaces such as paved streets, lawns, parking lots, and building rooftops are created.
Impervious surfaces create challenges. Where does the rainwater go if it can't soak in? If stormwater is not managed properly, it can create a flood. So what's the solution to managing stormwater runoff? Stormwater infrastructure.
To understand how stormwater is managed, let's explore detention ponds, retention ponds, and storm drains. Retention ponds.
They may look like small lakes to you, but they are so much more than that. Retention ponds prevent large volumes of water from rushing into streams by capturing and holding stormwater runoff, trapping sediment, and protecting aquatic habitats and water quality.
Detention ponds help capture stormwater in a similar way, but they hold water for a shorter period of time. Detention ponds, also known as dry ponds, are commonly found in shopping centers, school campuses, and even neighborhoods. They are designed to catch runoff and allow pollutants to settle and filter through as the water is gradually released out into a stream.
Remember, retention ponds stay wet, while detention ponds hold water temporarily. Both protect our streams. I think you will recognize our next infrastructure highlight: storm drains.
Storm drains, also known as catch basins, are installed in areas where water collects. These drains are placed on or adjacent to impervious surfaces to catch runoff and direct it away. How? Storm drains are connected to a network of underground pipes that direct runoff to a stream, pond, or wetland nearby. This infrastructure prevents flooding, but can get clogged. Remember, only rain goes down the storm drain. No litter, lawn clippings, or dog poop bags. Keep storm drains clear of obstructions.
The topography and land use determine the stormwater infrastructure being used. What works for a bustling commercial area may not be necessary in a rural community.
Rural areas are likely to have less paved surfaces and more natural landscapes. With more areas covered in vegetation or soil, water is able to soak into the ground. In short, less paved surfaces equals less stormwater runoff. Rural areas require minimal stormwater infrastructure. Simple drainage ditches along the roads often provide sufficient capacity to collect stormwater runoff. With commercial properties, more paved surfaces equals more stormwater runoff. Think about all the shopping centers, car lots, churches, and schools with their large rooftops and parking lots. Commercial properties typically have the largest area of impervious surfaces, which can generate an enormous amount of stormwater runoff during each rain event.
Here comes the Ecological Fun Fact.
Did you know that 1 inch of rain falling on 1 acre of impervious surface generates 3,360 cubic feet of runoff. That is 27,154 gallons of water, enough to fill over 600 bathtubs. Commercial properties need to use almost every infrastructure trick in the book when it comes to managing their stormwater runoff. These areas use a combination of large detention ponds, catch basins, and storm drains to protect our community. The last landscape type we are going to explore are residential areas. These areas we call home have a variety of impervious surfaces. Rooftops, patios, driveways, sidewalks, even lawns with highly compacted soils experience runoff. In many neighborhoods and apartment complexes, you see roadside curbing directs stormwater runoff to storm drains, detention ponds, and retention ponds, each connecting to a stream nearby. So how can you help?
It is the property owner's responsibility to lend a helping hand. You can do this by preventing stormwater from becoming polluted and protecting our stormwater infrastructure.
Something as simple as sweeping debris away from storm drains and keeping easements free of debris makes a difference. To learn more about how you can be a stormwater smart resident, find tips and tricks on copstreams.org.
So what do rural, commercial, and residential areas have in common? When it rains, each area has stormwater runoff that needs to be managed. Impervious surfaces make an impact on both the environment and the community. That's all for now. To learn more about Cobb County Water System's Stormwater Division, log on to cobbwater.org. Thanks, and we will see you next time.